Hey, it's Andy and Matt with Central Ohio N-Trak. Today we're up in Van Wert, Ohio with our T-TRAK modules. Several of our club members from Columbus have traveled up to Northwest Ohio to run with the LANTrak club as a joint layout, and this is a great train show. We are really enjoying it up here. Multiple buildings, multiple scales. There are layouts here. There are lots of vendors. We're having a really good time this weekend. All right, so as a joint layout, we have modules from multiple members of both clubs here. And so what we're looking at is the LANTrak portion of the layout with several of the modules that their members have brought. Personally, I really like the Adams family module, but they have some excellent modules here. And we've done a H-shaped layout, so there are actually 2 yards to enable us to have a lot of staging. We're able to run trains on 3 individual loops of track. So there are 2 inner loops and 1 long outer mainline track.
So anyway, let's take a tour.
All right.
Trying to see what that looks like.
Absolutely. So like the Central Ohio N-Trak, the LANTrak team has built end caps that utilize large radius corners that allow us to run longer trains, long passenger trains, longer cars, and you can see one example of their end cap here. They've also utilized some T-junctions and use it well to allow us to have the 3 loops that we're running this weekend. And you can see that junction in this module here. So that goes straight into the yard and runs an inner loop, or you can come out on the main line and run the rest of the larger portion of the layout. Then you've seen our Central Ohio N-Trak modules before. I got several that we've brought. Several of my modules, Matt's Alaska modules are here this weekend. And I should mention that John Stuber and Tom Reynolds came up here to run trains with us. So we've got a good representation from our club this weekend. So just like the other end, now we've come to a second T-junction. What's unique about this one, you can see this has switches on it. It doesn't automatically force you to go off onto the main line. If you wanted to be running the main line and go into the yard, you could simply switch this inner line and it would take you into the secondary staging yard. And so again, we have multiple club members from LANTrak. We've probably got 8 of their members plus our 4, and we're able to set up a lot of trains and have them ready to run at any given time. The layout's large enough that we have up to, I've seen today, at least 6 trains running simultaneously through the various lanes that we have set up. I know a lot of our club members go up to Altoona every year for the big show there. I like the horseshoe curve in wintertime module. That's a really good idea. You don't have to scatter, guys. We're just taking some quick video. Again, the LANTrak guys love this module with all the lighting, LEDs, the billboard that has messaging on the top of it. As the train comes by, the signals light up, warning bells go. In fact, we have a train coming right now. If you'll stick with us for a second, we'll
nice
see this in
automation in
action.
these, yeah.
Yes, they do. Well, of course, we say that, and the train stopped right before we got to the module. There we go. And there you go. The signals are on. And it's hard to hear, but the warning bells that are going just for the crossing signals. And we got a nice airport scene. I would love to do something similar to this. I've got a model blimp that Kubley, I think, actually made. And doing something like that gives a unique scene and background to the layout. one of the things, we're kind of showing the modules in this walk around, but one of the things I do want to show is their consolidated control tower. So they have a piece of aluminum extrusion that they mount their components to get the wireless system up high enough where they don't get interference around the layout. They get good signal strength. Very similar to what we've done recently. They've also they've been using for a couple of years a centralized toolbox that has all of their power supplies in a central location. They've also started collecting out-of-date cell phones that they can use for the wireless content. So if guests come in and they need a throttle, they can quickly use the like Apple throttle application on one of these old phones, and it becomes a walk-around throttle that they can let a guest use to control the trains.
And part of the show is there's a younger generation, young engineers that are engaging with our different railroad clubs to learn about how trains operate, how the technology operates, and we can hand one of them these older phones, and then they can take that and walk around run one of our trains.
Yeah, that is a great way to get young people involved in this hobby. They really have it down to kind of a system where they go through a training class. They have an old conductor's punch, like you would use to get on the train and punch your ticket. And they use that so that a kid who has multiple experiences hangs on to a certificate. He can bring it show to show, year to year, and the number of punches allows the club to know what type of experience he has running the club, how much control they can let him have or her run the train on the layout. So that I thought that was a really good idea.
I'll tune into our next video and we're going to go talk to the LANTrak team about how their control system's set up.